Now, let me ask you this, Mr. Vice President. You and President Ernest Bai Koroma were very good friends. You went to visit each other's house when you were allies and in government. You won election together. He chose you as his vice president and all that. What happened? How did you fall apart?
That's $1 million question, but that led Al-Qaeda, it precipitated because he wanted a third term, which was unconstitutional, and I did not subscribe to that.
You know, people are denying that he was seeking additional terms, and that, you know, the foreign minister has been chosen by the APC ruling party to contest as a presidential candidate to, you know, to replace him when he hands over power smoothly. So they said he's a Democrat through and through.
Peter,
talk to me.
Let me say this to you. I know Koroma better than you.
True.
Based on the fact that he did not succeed for a third term, the world knows that he decided to also have an extension of 2 years. That did not work. And then he also pushed for 6 months. It did not work. But he got away with 2 weeks to add to the day he's supposed to hand over. And that having been, me out of the way, because the thought of getting me out of the way will prepare his ambition of third term, then the people of the Sierra Leonean populace and the international community frowned at it. And they said that elections will be conducted and we have to go according to the Constitution. And that speaks by volume.
You left the country under certain circumstances, you know, but what makes you think that going back to Sierra Leone to contest the presidency for, you know, political parties will be made smooth by the powers that be, if I may ask you?
I will go to this question, but let me just retract a little bit.
Okay.
I never abandoned my station. I never abandoned my country to go to seek asylum. Koroma announced that I had left my office and I went on asylum. The next day, the American embassy sent out a press release that I never went to the American embassy. Fact that I was under quarantine. If I had gone on asylum at the American embassy, then the entire embassy should have been quarantined.
That's true.
Didn't add up. I said to them, you guys acted foolishly because I never went to the embassy. If I had gone there, I could have been quarantined.
Okay,
now,
back to my
your question.
Yes.
To your question of if I did go back to Sierra Leone in April of this year and went and registered. And I registered and then came out. I said to my people that no fighting, although there were issues when I went in, I resolved them peacefully and without any falling to their trap of trying to coerce me into any difficulties. And I love peace. Peace is the foundation for everything that I do.
So realistically, what do you think your chances are if you are allowed to run for the presidency next year in March?
There is no encumbrances not to allow me to run. As I speak, I'm the leader of the Coalition for Change.
C4C.
C4C, correct. Right. I am the leader for the Coalition for Change, and I have been bringing a few political parties together so we can all come in and have the opportunity to fight the menace that we have a dictator in Sierra Leone.